And so, here we are at the grand review of the vintage Statesboro Paul Brett Parlour guitar. Now just to say straight away, this is value for money, the key thing. So let's talk about structure. Let's have a look at some specs, just so that we don't give you any bullshit here. Top is hand selected mahogany. Back and sides is mahogany, probably laminate of course. And the neck is mahogany. The scale length 650 mils, which is about the same as a Fender. So it's probably longer than what most Parlours would normally be. Bridge is the tech wood, which is a processed wood used with cut into layers and adhesive added to it, so that you get consistency with the wood. Now the saddle and the nut are made out of ABS, which is a kind of thermoplastic polymer, and the saddle is compensated. And the machine heads are chrome die cast, and the strings are bronze light. I'm not sure of the actual gauge. So looking at the body, now you'll see it's slightly different from what you'd have on a Dreadnought. It's more like a Parlour shaped body, so it's slightly bigger. The back has a slight curvature to it, probably best observed from this angle, so that kind of round out the sound, maybe give you a little bit more bass and middles there, where it actually expands out as you go along. Now for the neck, we have the satin finish, smooth as, you're never going to stick on this one. Going up to the headstock, nice simple headstock there, isn't it? Nice and simple. You've got your vintage logo, and the fact it's a Statesboro, just in case you forget. The nut width, we did say the nut width, didn't we? 43, I think. Yeah, 43 millimeters. So roomy enough. And there's your tuning pegs there, look, your die cast chrome covered tuning pegs, which work fine. They're really stable, no problems there at all. They even have a screw for adjusting the tightness of it, but they're not needed to do anything like that. Squared off headstock there, and it's the thing about this, the whole vibe of this guitar is like sort of 30s blues type guitar. So like you're best at home, sort of sitting on your porch, you know, maybe your wife has just left you, the guys have come round to repossess your car, and you've just left with your dog and a beer, and you know, and you're using a broken off beer bottle neck to play on it. That's really the kind of vibe we're going for here. So you know, if you really want to get into this guitar, get your wife to leave you, you know, don't make up the payments on your car so they come to repossess it, and you'll be right there with it. I think you'll probably get the best out of this guitar. So who's it for? Who's it for? It's a wide range of people, because it's not exactly dinky in travel like a Parlour guitar. So we'll do some sound on it in a minute, but it's a slightly larger sound than that, more akin to not as big as a Dreadnought, but a nice balanced sound, great for recording. It's so cheap as chips, so it could be for a first guitar for somebody, a beginner. But having said that, it's that good that perhaps people that are more advanced would still benefit a lot from it. I mean, if you're a pro, you're going to go out and buy what you want, but you know, you're going to be rich, aren't you? It'll be, you know, your jobbing instrument. You'd probably go out and spend more money, but I think you'd have to spend a fair bit more to get something actually better than this. I mean, most of us have got bills to pay, you know. You might have a donkey to sponsor, you might have a mistress to keep or something like that. So you're going to be spending money, and so money's something we really have to consider. This cost me 89 quid, right? £89, 89 sobs, right? You know, that's actually how much it costs, and the quality of it, for the build quality. You know, looking inside, fin bracing, notched curving, all tidy and neat in there. It has a truss rod, adjustable truss rod. You can see the serial number in there. It's just well put together, all the joints on it are well put together. I mean, if I was really being nitpicky, I mean, it shows your finger marks if you've got any grease on there and things, because the finish is so minimal, the coating, but because of that you really bring out the sound of the wood, so I prefer that. This guitar is very simple, you know, minimal decoration. You've got your herringbone rosette there. It's pretty much all the decorations, no binding or anything like that. So it's kind of like the poor man's guitar vibe, but it's really decent. The playability on it, awesome. The frets were a tiny bit gritty when I first started to play it, but that just wears off. You know, it's just it's a minor thing, and the frets finish before the edge of the fingerboard, so there's no sticky outy bits there at all. You know, that's lovely and smooth. The nut is just perfectly positioned there. So for a first guitar, for under 100 quid, and you know, 100 quid in your bus fare home, it's great. You can't whack it, and I think if you did whack it, it would stand up to it, because it's a good solid build. They come with a couple of strap knobs, so you know, even if the world isn't gig ready right now, you'll be gig ready with your strap knobs there, yeah. Again. I think it stopped now. It's still going. Probably wasting video time now. It's still going. I think it might have stopped now. Now, well, thank you if you watched this. In conclusion, Great guitar for the money, plays well, just buy it. It's just a good one. Right, take care, you have a good one.